Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. The Craft Jordan 5s dropped today. I was able to reserve a pair at Finish Line. I got them here, and I want to get into them with y'all. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Craft 5s. Alright, so I'm doing this from the other direction today, so hopefully it works out alright. To start it out, we got a pretty unique looking box. It's got this emblem that apparently was from the Jordan Flight Club, which I honestly have no recollection of. I was never a member. I don't really know anybody that was a member of that, but apparently that was their emblem there. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't really get how it relates to this shoe at all. But aside from that, I mean, it's an okay looking box. It's got that paint splatter look all over it. Looks like it's in a nice gray color, gray and off-white, or maybe even a tan, but it matches the shoe pretty well. The tag reads Air Jordan 5 Retro SE Craft. The colors are labeled as light Orwood brown and safety orange. This is a size 10.5. These retail for $210 US. I was able to get $20 off because I used some status rewards at Finish Line, which I'm a huge fan of. Shout out to my local Finish Line. They're always taking good care of me. I wish everybody had a Finish Line like that one, but I don't know. Sometimes it pays to live in a small town, you know. They have all kinds of heat sitting. And we'll go ahead and get right to it. Here they are, the Craft Jordan 5s. We've been seeing a lot of Craft Jordan retros lately. Most recently, I think it was the 4, and I struck out on them. I did do a review of those. However, I wasn't able to get my personal pair. I didn't like them enough to grab them for resale or anything. I was glad I could grab these at retail and then take a little bit of money off with the status rewards. And I really like the color of these. I like 5s. They remind me of being a kid. It's one of those silhouettes that I definitely associate with my childhood. And this is a different look. I kind of would class these along with like the Jade Horizon 5s, which I was actually a big fan of. I wore those a good bit. I ended up moving them out of the collection, but I got a good bit of wear out of them before I did. And I was really a fan of that colorway. I like how this has all that different texture on there, and I really like this color of tan or off-white. I guess they call it light Orwood brown, but I really like these colors. I think the gray and then the light blue of the translucent outsole goes really well with that tan color, and then that safety orange really pops off the tongue. I really do wish that the whole upper was that suede, but we'll get into that more when we talk about the materials. It's got your standard Jordan 5 tread pattern. It says Jordan down the middle at the heel, and then underneath the forefoot we have some icy blue translucent areas, and that's kind of got some herringbone traction on it. And underneath this forefoot area you can see a Jumpman peeking through. I think that looks pretty dope. Then in the front we have some gray color. As we move up to the midsole, you can see that we've got that visible air unit, and that's surrounded by like an off-white or really light tan colored foam. Then we also have these accents that are painted gray, and it looks like they've got some like baby blue paint splatter on there. Some people call them the shark teeth, but I always like that accent on the Jordan 5. And then we also have a little painted area over on the inside of the shoe that is also that gray, and it's got some little splatters of baby blue on it. But definitely a nice little accent. It ties in the front color of the outsole pretty well. Coming up to this little mudguard area, this is where we get our first look at the suede overlays, and it's a lot like the Topaz Jordan 4s, or even like the Alma Maniere 1s or that sort of thing. It's got this kind of coating on it, and then you can see some of this fuzzy suede peeking through there. I really like the color of the suede. I would have preferred not to have that coating on these and just had it been really soft feeling. Like if it would have had the texture of the Canyon Purple Jordan 4s, I think that would have been better, but I like real hairy suede, so I don't know, maybe not everybody's feeling that. But anyhow, you can see some of the hair is kind of peeking through that coating that we have on there, and that's in a nice tan color. Then we also have that nice tan suede on the back of the shoe as well, and again, it's got that coating on it that we kind of had for the topes, and you can see all those random little hairs sticking out of it. But cool looking, it's definitely unique, gives it some texture. For this toe box, and really the only other material that we have as far as the upper goes, it's this weird like curtain like material. It's almost the exact same color tan or light Orwood brown, whatever you want to call it, but the best way I could describe that is like the curtains that I had in my childhood house. It really reminds me of curtains that we had in our living room to like the big picture window, but I was thinking it would be more like a canvas, and it's not. It actually feels like it's softer than canvas, but you can see that material here on the toe box and then running up the side panels as well, surrounding those vent areas that are kind of like rubberized over top of mesh for the sides. I'm kind of not sure how I feel about that material, if I'm being honest. It looks nice, but I would worry that once it gets dirty, I think it'd be over with. I don't know how well you'd be able to clean that up. I don't think it would be very forgiving. For me, this would definitely be a fair weather shoe, just because if you wore these out in the muck, I think you would never be able to get them looking clean again. That being said, I like the earth tones. I think it's a pretty nice looking shoe, and again, it's something different, something out of the norm, so I can get down with that. Here on the back, we get a little hit of gray for that Jumpman, and again, that matches the little accents that we have on the midsole, but I like that little hit of gray. At the base of the tongue, we have more of that kind of rubberized material like we see for the netting on the side panels, and that's over top of some mesh. I really like these laces. I think they're really cool. I think that's one of the coolest details about this shoe, is just these striped laces. I think that's pretty dope. These plastic hits going up the eye stays look like they might glow in the dark, but I tested them out and they don't. It's just an opaque plastic in like a clear or off-white color, and those accents look nice with the colors on the shoe. Of course, this being a 5, we got that big pacifier lace lock here at the top. I always take off that big bulky piece, which in this case it's just a clear, but I always take that off and just put the little button back on. But the button is gray in color, just like the Jumpman on the back of the shoes, and then this pacifier part is like a clear plastic. At the top of the tongue, we have more of that like curtain-like material in that light tan color, and the one thing I will say about it is it's really nice and soft. And because most 5s usually have reflective up at the top, the tongues can feel really stiff. Well, this one feels way softer than what we're used to, and I think these probably are really comfortable. I like this signal orange. I think it just pops nice against the rest of these earth tones, but you have that Jumpman and that bright orange there at the top of the tongue, and then on the back of the tongue you have more of that signal orange or safety orange, whatever they call it, and then you see Air Jordan there. It's not upside down, it's actually right side up. It looks like our sock liner and then our insole are that gray color like we have for the Jumpman, and then the accents there on the midsole. And I like having a darker sock liner just because it hides the stains from your jeans and dirt. They're definitely a different looking pair of 5s. I really like these colors. I wish the material would have just been this suede over the whole upper, and my biggest concern is really just how much this curtain-like material is going to show dirt and that sort of thing. But aside from that, I think they're pretty clean. I'd definitely rock these. But that was a pretty quick look at these Jordan 5 Crafts. Let me know what you all think, if you picked them up or if you passed on them, and I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.